Wow, way to start a video, right? It's good YouTube. In a recording mood. Most of you might have started college right now. I don't start till Monday, on the third, so you got some time before I can get out some videos real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a review for Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine. Okay, now I guess I can talk about Lupin the Third rule. Well, actually, no. Before I just talk about that, let me just tell you guys. This review is going to be made for those who don't know about it and who do. So, I guess I can start with my experiences with Lupin the Third first. I might make a separate vid on that also, like just on Lupin the Third. But some of you guys may or may not know this about me. Wolf Guy is actually was, which implies what I'm about to say next, but was my favorite seinen. And that I think that's a manga everyone should check out. It's very polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. Personally, I loved it. At one time, it was my third favorite manga ever. It's slowly gone down, especially with some of the classics that I've been rewatching slash rereading, and some of the new manga that I've been picking up. And Wolf Guy has been slowly going down and down for me. But that main character is forever going to be in my favorite top 10. But that's Wolf Guy. I've been reading slash watching Lupin the Third, and nothing has disappointed me yet about this series. Okay, now I guess I can give you guys a quick synopsis. It's about this guy named Lupin the Third. He's from a long descendant. He's a descendant from a long line of thieves. He's joined by this guy called Daisuke Jigen, who is a hard nosed, no nonsense sort of person who is pretty much my favorite character in the series, and automatically a top 10 character of mine of all time in terms of an anime and manga, and probably overall mediums, should I say. The third person that he's joined by is this guy called Goemon, who's sort of like a wandering samurai. He's pretty fun too. He's like Jin, but he has like that Roshi pervertedness. Like he likes the women, sort of, a legit sort of. So those three are like the main trio, and then they're joined by Zenigata, who is the detective slash the policeman who's constantly trying to chase Lupin for all the thefts that he commits. And I guess the other major player would be Fujiko Mine, who is Lupin's sort of main squeeze in a sense. She's very frivolous, very sexual, very promiscuous also. So those five would probably be your core people. I don't think I'm missing anybody. But as you guys can tell, Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, is about Fujiko Mine, who is the woman, that last character that I mentioned. Okay. Now this series, it's 13 episodes. It's anime only. I don't believe there's a manga adaptation, but all I know is that this is the original, pretty much. Well, Fujiko Mine, like it's, if you're looking for the woman called Fujiko Mine, the anime is the original, not the manga adaptations of the woman called Fujiko Mine. Lupin the Third started out as a manga by Monkey Punch, which was serialized later in some other magazine. I don't remember the name, but as you can imagine, this series is about Fujiko Mine. This anime, 13 episodes, very sexually graphic. Okay. And probably the main thing about this series is that it furthers Fujiko's character. We actually get a backstory for her. And in this one, Lupin the Third is actually a supporting character. There are some differences between this and the manga, the original series. Lupin the Third is actually a supporting character. Daisuke is one. Goemon is one. Zenigata is one. There's a new character called Oscar, who I believe is not in the original series, and this is the only series in which he shows up in, so he's new. And some things are different. Fujiko doesn't sleep with Lupin. She's not as promiscuous with Lupin as she is with him in the manga. Okay. So yeah, I mean there are some core differences. Lupin the Third, I mean, he's still lovable though, even though he's a supporting character. He's still lovable. He's voiced by Sonny Strait, the guy who did Krillin, Bardock, Usopp, some of your favorite voices out there. Jigen is still my favorite character. He still showcases that no nonsense, hard nosed, sort of leave me alone sort of attitude. He's voiced by Christopher Sabat. his and Lupin's encounter is somewhat different though, because when they're first introduced, um, in the manga, I think they become fast friends real quick if I remember correctly. But in this, they start off as enemies, and they don't become friends until the end of the series. At the last like 13 episodes, they don't start working together like that cohesively, as they do in the manga until the end. So that's something that's a little different. And also Jigen's relationship with Goemon isn't explored till the end because Jigen just like the relationship is more of I recognize you as like sort of like a worthy friend, adversary, opponent, rather than them being actual friends like how they are in the manga. Goemon doesn't exactly act as one either. You know, he doesn't really. He's. I feel like he's too serious because in the original series I felt like there was some lightheartedness to him. In this one he's a little more composed, should I say? Okay. And the series is episodic in nature, like Cowboy Bebop. If you guys don't know anything about Cowboy Bebop, it was actually inspired by Lupin the Third. Spike was actually parts of Lupin were put into Spike, should I say? So I think if you like Spike Spiegel, which I do, he's one of my favorite characters ever. You'll like Lupin the Third, which I also do. So definitely check the series out. And some other cool trivia: Fujiko Mine. You guys might know this, not know this about me, but Metal Gear Solid 3 is actually one of, if not my favorite game on PS2. That probably tied up there with Metal Gear Solid 4 as my favorite game ever. Fujiko Mine was the basis for Eva in Metal Gear Solid 3. So, you know, right there, this series is influencing a lot of stuff that I like. So naturally, I would like the series from the get-go. Now, like I said, you know, Lupin the Third is now officially my favorite seinen of all time. I'm gonna finish rewatching it, finish reading. I'm gonna do a review on it. Okay, but let's go back to Fujiko this anime series though. 13 episodes, like I said. Like Bebop, it doesn't get a very continuous storyline until the later episodes. I think it's 8 or 9 when we actually start seeing stuff about how everything connects, how Fujiko is actually her backstory, how it's all coming to light. Okay, Zenigata is also a lot more serious and stoic in this version than the anime because Zenigata he's a little more humorous, a little more funnier. And this one he's sort of like Jigen in the sense that he's more no nonsense, don't fuck with me sort of attitude. So that was a stark. I thought that was a pretty stark change in his character. Now, I can't say that I mean I'm okay with it, but I'm not blown away by it either. Okay, and then the new character Oscar, he's a new character. He is Zenigata's detective. He was actually like a little boy when Zenigata found him, and so Zenigata is Oscar's object of affection. He's homosexual. He has homosexual tendencies towards Zenigata. There are times when he can get annoying. But there's an episode which I believe is 8, 9, or 10. One of those 3 episodes. 8, 9, yeah, one of those 3 episodes. And it's involving schoolgirls. You know, so there's a lot of cross dressing with Oscar, and it adds a pretty cool dimension to his character. Okay. As far as the villains of the show go, the owls that you see towards the end of the series, they're very intimidating. Especially the Almeidas. Like when you get to you'll find out about them, should I say? These people called the Almeidas. They're very intimidating. They can be very scary. Very unsettling too. More so than most villains that I've seen in an anime. Voice actors are refreshing and familiar. Like I said, Sonny Strait is there. Christopher Sabat is there. Mike McFarlane voices Goemon. I forget who voices Zenigata. Forget who voices Oscar. Michelle Tuff, I think her name is who voices Fujiko Mine. So those 6 characters, I think, are pretty much your bread and butter, like sort of like the main cast of the series. Four of them I know. I can't remember the last 2, so I'll have to go back and check that. As for my favorite episodes in the series, episode 5 and the last 2, I really like episode 5. That's such a great. It's one with the pyramid, I believe. If I think that's the right number. That was such a great episode, and the last 2 were pretty good. Okay. One thing I'll warn you about though is that the ending to the series might leave you a little unsatisfied. Uh, I won't spoil it for you, but you probably just have to get there to see what I mean. Animation, the first time I saw this back in 2010. That was only like 15 minutes of like the first episode, or no, not even 15, like 7 minutes of the first episode. I didn't like the animation, but now rewatching it in 2013, I really like the animation. The animation is pretty cool in my opinion. Music is sort of like bebops, very jazzy in nature. The plot, I said it was pretty episodic, like Cowboy Bebop. Characters are lovable. I don't think you can hate this cast. Okay. Um, and like I said, very sexually graphic. Well, for the most part, sexually graphic. There's a lot of titties. I think you'll see like a titty, like a pair of titties, like each episode. Yeah, you should. Um, Pretty good series in my opinion. From what I've seen of it, I could imagine that it's pretty polarizing between fans of Lupin the Third. But like I said, it's good, but I actually it's hard for me to say. It's very polarizing. I'll put it like that. Um, some people will like it, some people will hate it. I think that's just the nature for this series, especially if you have. I mean, if you're a newcomer and you haven't like read Lupin the Third or watched it, and you watch this series, you'd probably like it in the end. You'd probably like find it like pretty damn amazing. But I think if you read the original series or rewatched it and then you watch this, like I said, there were some things that were changed in this series that I pointed out. Then you might not like it as much. So depending on that, it would be all up to you guys. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I mean, Jigen is still my favorite character. Episodes 5 and the last two are my favorites. Music is good. Animation was good. Um, yeah, just a pretty good watch, should I say? But other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys. So, just felt like recording something. Felt like getting this out the way. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like Lupin the Third, or just have any thoughts, just post it in the comments below. Rate and subscribe if you haven't already, and I guess that's it. Actually, no. Before I end, I have some videos that I want to put out. Let me bring it up. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing a Meruem video. That's definitely going to be in the works. My pros and cons series, I think I'm going to bring back. I'm going to be doing that for Cowboy Bebop. And that's probably going to be the last series I do it for. I mean, from then on, I'll just probably be doing just series analysis in general. So that's pretty much pros is one video, cons is the second one. So that's going to be 3 videos in all. The Hajime no Chapter Ippo reviews, I'm going to be waiting a little bit just to see if more chapters are released, because the last time I did it, I remember I put out the chapter review too early, and then like 2 other chapters, or like 3 other chapters were subsequently released like pretty soon after I uploaded it, and I'd just rather have it like all in one video instead of me just wasting my space and at least wasting my computer space and constantly deleting and constantly recording. I'd rather just do it all in one go. So I'm gonna wait a little bit before I upload that. Do I have anything else? I already did a Destroying Myths / Stigmas about Dragon Ball. I can do another one if you guys want, but I'll probably do that a little later. The Future Trunks character analysis is still coming. I know one particular subscriber is heavily anticipating that. I got that, and then I got a Gohan one. So those 2 are coming. And I got some series streams. I was thinking of maybe doing a Kenshin one, but that's only if I could get like some of the big people in there. Because as far as I know, there aren't too many people that are like that passionate about Kenshin, except maybe for Marcellus, Death Note Guy Zero, and I know Stark is reading it right now. Jason Todd, it's one of his favorites too. Zoro fanboy likes it. Styles likes it if I can get him. So I'll see what these guys are doing. But if the Kenshin one doesn't work out, then I'm gonna be doing a Toriko stream for sure. Hey man, that Toriko hype. I'm definitely gonna be doing that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, if you're in school, stay in school. Make sure you start your school year right. I'm gonna be starting. My 3rd year starts on Monday, so I'm probably gonna have to be preparing for that. So Um, Uploading time is probably going to be only on the weekends now. I can't, maybe on weekdays, because there's a lot of commuting for me to do, so, you know, it is what it is. Okay, do I have anything else? No, I think that's it. So, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like, please. And yeah, peace.